Continuing coverage now of a story we've been reporting for a couple of weeks. The Stephentown home of former NFL player Brian Holloway was trashed during a wild Labor Day weekend party. Hundreds of teens are said to have been at that party, and several of those teens have turned themselves in. There were reports that some of the parents of those teens were debating filing a lawsuit against Holloway for posting photos of the party online, although that's never been confirmed. But what are your rights if your home's vandalized or if photos of your child are posted online? Joining us now to talk about it, Paul Harding from Martin, Harding and Mazzotti. Paul, great to see you.
Hi, Liz. How are you?
Good. This is a really interesting, especially when we take them right from the headlines. Now, we'd heard that some of the parents of these teens were reportedly going to maybe sue over the names and addresses of the teens being placed on social media. But while that, as far as we know, has not been confirmed, it's an interesting question. Can they sue in a case like that?
Well, it's an interesting question that brought about so much energy. I mean, whenever you have a scenario where you've got a victim, you have a true victim in Mr. Holloway, and then the folks who sort of brought about the damage are contemplating a lawsuit or talking about it, everybody, wants to talk about it and they're very up in arms. General proposition is this. You cannot bring a claim when all you do is repost stuff that's already out there in the general public, and that's sort of what Mr. Holloway did. He took photos that were out there, he reposted them. So he is not in danger of the lawsuit, which would be defamation of character, but I don't see a cause of action that would hold up there.
I'm guessing that changes a little bit if he publishes these photos or the names of the teens, and then it turns out that they weren't involved.
Right. When you do this stuff, you have to be responsible. So let's say that he went out in his own investigation, he got some photos from a yearbook, and he put them out there as someone who may have brought about the injury or in this case, vandalism to his house, and it turns out that it wasn't them. Now he does set himself up for a potential claim. So once you do it, not reposting, but go out and get your own stuff, you have to be super responsible and make sure that you have the right people.
Talking about social media, we've had so many people saying that the parents should be held accountable, but legally, can you hold the parents accountable? Are they responsible for the damage?
The rule is almost across the board no. So intentional torts by your kids, not your problem, except when it comes to vandalism. New York has a rule on the books that if your child does an intentional act of vandalism, that the parent can be sued up to $5,000 for that damage.
All right, really good information there today, Paul. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Liz.
And if you have a question for Martin, Harding and Mazzotti, email them to whatareyourrights@cbs6albany.com. We'll be back.